about education, I think it's a good point. So let's go. We need money for here right now. And do you have ideas? You talked about donations and
Yep.
work. Works being volunteering
Right.
or not volunteer. So what's our big ideas for now?
Sure. Here's the categories of potential financial success. One is donations. That can happen now. You're watching this video. Look it up, bosquevillage.com. You can contribute. We run crowdfunding campaigns. A little bit goes a long way here. So if you share some of the values and concerns about making a better world and working on world problems at a personal level, do it. That's a direct request. Of course, you should be working in your own life, in your own ways, to fix the world. We're going to try and work here to give you ideas for that, to give you support for that. But if you can donate, do. If you know of anybody else who might be interested, spread the word. Like and share, you know. So that's a very important one. Participants paying is a good one. There are a lot of people who seek really interesting experiences like this, people like you.
Yes.
And thank you for helping out while you're here.
Thank you.
And so people can pay at different levels. We do have a work trade program. People can come as long-term volunteers, and they can potentially contribute that way. And so if you know of really dynamic people that you'd like to see in our videos, then say to them, hey, check out this amazingly interesting place, check out these videos, you could go and be a participant. Ideally, I wouldn't have to charge participants very much because I want to look for people who I'm selecting because I want them here.
Of course.
And they have cool projects. But there are a lot of people who can pay, and they should. So that is a potential income source. Another income source is foundations, relationships with nonprofits. That's why we set up the nonprofit, is so we can work with organizations. We're not good at that yet, but if you want to partner with us, we have very creative ideas about how we can work with foreigners and mix them in with Mexicans for cultural interchange, how we can have people come here as students to work on their specific projects. We have space for biologists. We have space for all kinds of disciplines. Also, with regard to participants, it is possible to come here on your own trip. You know, we do have housing. Somebody could come here as a writer because they just want a place where they can mostly be isolated during the day, right? And then they also have a campfire at night and some fun people and some stimulation. So that's possible. It is also possible to come here as and use it as a base for tourism. That's not the core goal of the place, but that is a potential. So that's an option. With the organizations, what we need to do is be proactive and contact the organizations that we think have similar values. And there's a lot of them. There is a lot of money in the industrial world, and there are a lot of wealthy people that have foundations, and they're actually looking for creative things to fund. I've read about some of that. A lot of the projects that they fund are more formal and they're more specific, like get poor people fresh water, you know, or improve agriculture in a certain way, or help a disadvantaged class of people. So a lot of them are more focused. The difference in this project, as we think about working with foundations, is that it's extremely holistic and diverse. Nobody I know of is doing this kind of project. Nobody I know of is looking holistically at every single detail of how we're living and designing a different way to live as a replacement for the industrial world. And not as a bunch of people who are idealistic hippies who think we're all going to live like a tribe in the woods on nothing. We don't want to go back to being cavemen.
Yes.
So we're taking this balanced position. It's really exciting. And so I think for some foundations, looking for really innovative projects that will also give them hopefully good publicity and potentially they can even send their members down to be participants. We need to set those relationships up. That's going to be exciting. One other option is products for making money. Now, I don't think we're going to make a lot of money on products. Most of the products we make are going to be labor intensive to make. We're not going to use a lot of fancy machines. We're not going to do mass production. We don't have slave labor. And so we can't compete on price with China. But we can make innovative products. And the reason to make products is because we want to make the things that we use when we can. We want to show how we can do that. We want to make that efficient. And then we want to test if that works in local towns. If we can get people who are impoverished seeing that they can make their own things, that empowers them. It makes them less of being a trapped consumer. Also, making products is often a just really fun activity. So if we want to do archery, we could buy arrows, or we could learn to make arrows. Arrow making used to be a skill that people knew. It's called fletching. And they would learn how to make good ones. And we've tried to make some arrows, and boy, they're terrible, you know. And so we haven't succeeded there. But we have learned how to tan hides, and we can make rabbit fur hats. And so we want to develop this list of all the products we could make and start going down and deciding which ones we're going to do that make sense for us. Some of those products could be fancy enough to sell well. So we could sell well to the industrial world. Let's say we make wood carvings that are big and fancy and beautiful. Well, we might be able to sell those in Los Angeles, New York, London, Mexico City. So that's an option. And then I make art, I paint, and I do photography. So there is an option that I could get back into doing that. I haven't been doing it as much because I've been so busy doing this. But if that can be a source of income that supports the project, that is an acceptable solution, and I enjoy painting. So I maybe should be selling my art. You want to buy some art? One other potential source of income that I really don't expect will happen is YouTube income. If there's ads on YouTube, then you can actually make money. So if people subscribe and the YouTube channel becomes popular, that could actually make some money. The type of topics we talk about aren't viral usually. They're not that exciting for a huge number of people. Although I have found there's more and more interest in alternative ways of living and energy systems and sustainability. So maybe it could be a really popular channel. So that's a potential income stream. We should probably try and make some viral videos so that more people know about the channel. Another kind of odd potential income source is that even though we're rejecting most all products, we actually pick and review the best products that we know of. It could be a thermos, because that thermos means we can pour hot water into it and then we don't have to heat it up again, and we can have hot tea without using any more fuel. That's a type of technology we can support. It could be a company that that provides organic seeds. They could be a sponsor even. So this gets into two areas, one of which is sponsors of products that companies could send to us. We could review them, use them, and the people who come here could use them. Like you might be given your survival pack as a participant, and you've got your correct kind of water bottle, a good pen, a good notebook, you've got your best LED headlamp, you've got your rechargeable solar thing. And so sponsors could send products, and we can also then list those in our wiki and web pages and have affiliate links to Amazon where people can buy those things. The way affiliate marketing works is that if anybody goes to the site and clicks on something like a book that we think is a great book to recommend, then for the next 24 hours, if they don't click on another affiliate link, we actually get a tiny cut of everything that person buys.
Okay.
So they can buy something that wasn't even that link. And so if you're going to be shopping on Amazon, check out our products and see what we review. Even though almost all products we think we don't need, like I don't even think we need to buy shampoo. Although, well, there is actually a really ecologically good soap out there that would be a good sponsor, and I would be willing to send people to buy it. So even though we reject most products, we can send people to that. If they shop through us, then they'll actually be supporting the project at no cost to them at all.